is part of the setting up of a new business. And remember, these are all capital investments. Like the first time, you don't put money every time into it, but yeah, you do require money for their maintenance, and that's not a very silly expense. It's always going to be a huge expense with all of that, because laptops or computers have to be serviced frequently. They have to be upgraded when needed. New, new softwares or new platforms have to be adopted to, so that whenever your business grows, you have to adopt to new technologies which help you do the task easily. All of that are part of it. So how do you decide on the economics of the whole thing? So cloud computing is one thing that helps you cut a major cost from this whole scenario, where you have to buy a place, rent out a premise, then put up the computers and buy the licensed softwares and put up your, uh, you know, uh, merge them with your own work environment, configure them to your services, all of that. So cloud management essentially refers to the exercise of control over public, private or hybrid cloud infrastructure resources and services. So whoever is providing you these services, you are going to manage that. So it's not that a humongous task once it is set up. Remember, cloud setup is only the initial stage where you have to be very alert and thinking about all of that. But it is only that you have to give the requirements to the service provider. For that, you need to know your system, how you're going to work. So that is what is challenging, because you need to know yourself more. Only then can you give the conditions to the service provider. If you don't know what you want, you cannot get it done from the other person, right? So that's about it. So cloud management also involves economics related to moving current system to cloud model. So this, I am giving you an example of a startup, fresh start, who has nothing in his hand and he's trying to do it. Instead of eyewear system, for example, now after the COVID times, there are many companies who were working on a normal model where they had a premise, the computers and everything in place. But now that people are not able to, come out of their homes and they don't want to risk themselves, so everybody is trying to reduce that cost, of the setup, the electricity bills, whatever you say, all these are an expense, and definitely it's going to, be the part of your profit that is going to be cut out. So you can move a current system to a cloud model, adopting cloud platform for various services. So there are various cloud platforms provided by companies like Microsoft or Google or that way. So how are you going to adopt them? We will also look into adoption frameworks like Amazon Cloud Framework, Google App Engine, Microsoft Azure Framework. These are the most popular ones. There are a lot of cloud platform service providers who are giving you services. But there are people who give you a specific range of services. Like some of them are providing you cloud platforms for finance related services. Some of them are providing only for app development, software or mobile app development platforms. So yeah, people are providing, there are many service providers out there online whom you can communicate with and rent out a premise with all the systems in place. So we are going to see mainly the three. Amazon, they are the biggest ones. Amazon, Google and Microsoft, the big wigs. So what is cloud economics? The economics of cloud computing deal with the knowledge concerning the principles, cost and benefits of cloud computing. So any organization has to find a budget for themselves first. How much is the money they can spend every month on this cloud infrastructure? So this budgeting has to be done, and it is done based on various costs like infrastructure, what are the management, who are the staff in need of this cloud, research and development, then how the security mechanism has to take place. All of this has to be researched first. Only then can you define the budget, because unless you know what is going to be your employee hierarchy, the work profiles, the roles in your organization, and what are their roles and responsibilities, what they should see as a user in your system, what they should not be able to see, what are the how much you're going to stretch the execution capacity of your system. All of this is supposed to be first calculated. Only then can you create a budget for yourself. How to calculate the cost of moving to the cloud. So most of the companies now are moving to the cloud rather than, if I say, creating fresh companies getting into the cloud, it would be that difficult. But people who are trying to move the organizations or the companies into a cloud environment, they are going to find it really difficult, and it is for them who are going to work more on it, because they're all